Hello, hello, hello. I feel like Miss Doubtfire
Why?
because I said hello like that. Okay, so we wanted to talk to you guys tonight a little bit about how to speak with your prospects. If it's distributors, potential distributors, or if it's like potential loyal customers, because I think that's kind of where issues are coming about. The dog just fell on the hardwood floor by itself, whatever that was. But so, like I was saying, I feel like we are having a problem actually talking to potentials, whether it be distributors or customers. And I think we're making it more complicated than it really should be. So, why are you smiling like that? So I know Calicia has signed a lot of distributors these last few days. So I'm gonna let her talk a little bit right now and tell you guys how she goes about talking to prospect prospects. Let me turn this TV off. Yeah.
You done? All right, go. Am I ready? Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, first things, Faye, um, started.
Are you on mute? Hello, Calicia.
You hear me?
I can now, but I didn't for a second.
Oh, okay. So, if everyone else can hear me, I from an ambassador at Green Carpet that said that she woke up every day and decided she was just going to live like, well, she's a black guy. She was going to live like an ambassador. She's going to work her business like an ambassador every day. I think at the time when she said that, she was like a ruby. So since I'm a diamond, I told myself, you know what? I every day an ambassador diamond. What would an ambassador diamond do today? In spite of the fact that I have 5 kids and I homeschool 2 of them, one of them I drop off at pre-K. One of them isn't even 1 years old yet, and she's still breastfeeding. And then, of course, I have a 2-year-old, and everyone knows how 2-year-olds can be. I got up every day with a mission to work my business like a professional ambassador leader. Like people will people should want to join you because you're successful. So I started walking around, carrying myself like I was successful. I got up in the morning, I put my shirt on, I put my Blitz card lanyard on, I did my hair, I did my makeup, I put my earrings on. And I started telling myself, well, okay, if I was an ambassador, what would I do today? I would take my kids to school. I would teach my kids. I would talk to the teachers. And I just started talking to people. I started making posts on Facebook as if I was extremely successful already. And then I started to tell myself, like, what else would you do as an ambassador? You probably would be calling a couple of other potential distributors. So I started calling people on the phone. I started making a list of people to talk to. I started making a list of people to go see out in the city, salons. I started going into the salons. I put my cute out on, my It Work shirt and some jeans and my cute sandals. And I went into the salons. I started booking parties at the salon. I just walked in there. I went and got my hair done. While I'm getting my hair done, I'm booking parties. I went to 2 or 3 other salons. I started talking to some major salon owners. And then I went in there as if I already had a banging business. So they are on my level. Like, I didn't go in there like, well, maybe if you guys might be interested. I went in there like, do you want to get the date of the 2nd of October? Because if you don't get it, the next salon is going to. And I kind of carried myself with confidence. So with that, I booked a lot of parties. I started getting more people interested. The girls in the shop were like, dang, we know some other people that do this business, but none of them are doing it like you. Little do they know I'm doing it at all. They have no idea. I just started carrying myself like that. I booked a meet and greet opportunity meeting at a local coffee house. I invited as many people as I could from Facebook. I think I invited like 350 people, and 5 people showed up. But you know what? I showed up. I sat down. I had my laptop out. I had my party pad ready. I was ready to host the event and talk to whoever was interested. I talked to the girl making coffee if nobody else showed up. So there were a few girls that showed up. Out of the 5 girls that showed up, 4 of them were interested in joining the business because the way I laid it out, the way I carried myself, and it was confident. And I just really want to say that I think confidence is the key in this business altogether. Even in finding loyal customers, if you're confident in this product, like no doubt in your mind, this is going to make it work. It works. You're confident. People will buy into that and they will try your product. Then they'll see results and you don't have to sell them on it anymore. So I definitely say I contacted everybody in my friends list that commented or talked to me about the business or anything. And I asked them if they're interested in this opportunity. I post pictures of me and my husband on Facebook together talking about being debt free. Are we debt free today? No. Are we going to be? Yeah. So I post that. We're going to be debt free. Do you want to join us? And people see that and they're like, dang, they're claiming stuff like debt freedom. That's kind of attractive. And then people want to join you.
Right. So, yeah. So I feel like when a lot of questions that I get are, I don't know how to blitz a person, or I don't know how to just bring it up to them. And, if you guys have read or have the copy of GoPro, Eric Worre, he talks about educating people about either your opportunity or your product. Then you talk to them about it first, but that's where a lot of people kind of, I guess what I'm going to call it, a lot of, it's not necessarily confusion, but a lot of people are miseducated about different businesses or different products. So I think that the education part is very key. And a lot of people start going into a lot of different questions. Like they start overthinking, okay, when I talk to this distributor, then they're going to say this and they're going to say this. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I'll tell them to just slow down. First and foremost, you have to just find out if the person is interested in your opportunity. So with that being said, I think it's really key to keep it simple and just to ask a person, once you start conversation and you have a chance to go into the conversation. So by saying that, I think it is key. There's time and places. If you're really busy and you're only going to be somewhere for a second, then yes, you pretty much might. If you want to blitz them right then and there, you're either going to tell them, hey, can I get your number? Follow me on Facebook. You're going to ask one of those things real quick to try to get the contact information. And then you could do that with the Facebook, and then you could blitz them later on that evening. Or if you felt like you just had to say it right then and there, then, I might ask somebody, have they ever heard of It Works before? If they say no, then I might tell them, even if they say yes, then I'll usually ask them, have they wrapped? Most of the time, they'll say no. If they haven't wrapped yet, I'm like, oh, well, you should really try it. It's like, one-of-a-kind experience. It's great. You won't believe it unless you try it. Then, they're getting excited. But then I might ask them, are you interested in different ways of making money? Are you interested in ways of diversifying your income? There's a lot of different ways you could say it to them. And when they say yes, then I just kind of stop. I say, okay, great. I tell them I'll send you some information, or I'm going to talk to you or I'll call you a little bit later and go over, how I make money with my business. And that's basically it. So you don't want to overthink talking to them about the business. You want them to tell you either yes, they're interested, or no, they're not. If they're not interested, there's no hard feeling. Keep it moving. But it's key to ask that question and wait to see how they respond. Because most of the times, you know, you're going in, let's say you're going into the grocery store, before you ask the person, you start thinking about all these things they're going to say next, when usually that's not what they say. That's what you're thinking in your head. So it's just really easy and simple. You need to just ask them, you know, are you interested in, you know, ways of making money or diversifying your income? The answer is yes. Say, okay, great. I'm going to talk to you later on today and give you some information about my company. And that's all you do. And then when the information that we normally give, it's basically educating them on our company. So most of us are giving a short video of the party pad presentation, and that's what we give, and we let them do that part, do the talking. So then it's not like you're sitting over there having a 30-minute long conversation, which can start getting a little bit boring or dry, or the person can lose focus. So that allows them to go and listen to somebody else give a description that's great in quality, but it's also short, and she gets to the point about the business. So I think that is a major thing that we try to do for potential distributors. Like Clecia said, your confidence is key. Your confidence is everything. The way that you approach a person is going to dictate how they respond to you. If you're already coming to them like, you know, this is like you are an ambassador, and that they need to and have that sense of not necessarily urgency, but confidence, and they know, oh man, I need to get on her team. She's doing something different. That speaks volumes to people. Versus if you come to them and you're just kind of like, well, I mean, some people are making money. I haven't made none yet. I don't know if it's possible. If you say stuff like that, you're going to have a problem. You have to be confident. And I think it's really key for a distributor. You guys have to truly believe that this business can change your life, even for your own business. If you don't believe it can, then it won't. So you have to believe that this opportunity is going to change your life. And when you believe that, you will speak it, and people will get that from you. And I think that is very, very important. Before I go on the next part, do you have anything else to say along those lines, Clecia?
I guess I was just going to say one of the lines that I use all the time, even if you're brand new. If I meet somebody as a cashier at the Walmart, and I say, hey, how long have you been working for Walmart? And they tell me however long. Sometimes it's like 20 years. Sometimes it's like 6 months. And sometimes it's like, I just started. And I'll be like, okay, irregardless of their response, well, I just started up my own company. I health and wellness business. And I'm actually looking for some people who want to earn some extra cash. Give me your number. I'll text you some information about maybe getting started on your own business. Who's going to say, no, I don't want to earn some extra cash? Nobody ever says, no, I don't want to earn some extra cash. And if we have right there and pull out Blitz cards all at the register, the line is all long. We don't have to do that right there. Make it like, let's meet for coffee sometime. I want to sit down with you and tell you all about how I started my own business that's helping me get towards debt freedom. People are going to be like, what? Debt free? You know what I mean? Pay off my student loans. You can use any part of what they say and help them understand that this business is amazing no matter where you are in life, no matter your background, your age, or your purpose. This business is a tool to help you to get to where you're going. By no means do you just tell someone, oh, you need to quit your job and come work for me. No, because they might love their job, but who doesn't want to give more money? So I think that was one of the things that people always ask me, what do I say? Well, the words are, get your pen and paper out. Hey, I just started my own business. I would love to give you some information on how you can start yours. What's your number? That's it. And keep it moving. Get the number and send them a text. And then invite them to lunch or coffee, or even just to meet you at the McDonald's play place with your kids while they run around and play on the thing. Like, you can always come up with something creative. That's all I got for that.
So yeah, so even with that though, I think it's important to go over well, I guess it depends in certain situations, because if you're close to somebody, I guess, Clecia, let's say it's your next door neighbor who does know you, or it's somebody you used to go to school with. how do you talk to that person that you already know? Like, I guess it's a warm market type of conversation versus cold.
Okay. I got some people that are really close to me in my warm market that don't want to have nothing to do with me yet. But I think I'm going to be able to change their mind, and I always talk to them. But let's just say my neighbor is outside and I'm talking to her and I'm like, hey girl, you know, I've been doing It Works for a while, or, you know, I just started It Works. So I really don't want to make it to the top without you coming with me. That's what I would say. I would be like, you know, I'm going to kill it in this business. I would love to have you with me, right beside me, as I make, you know, as I become more successful. We can do that together. Let's team up. I know you know a lot of people. I'm always going to encourage the person and try to feed them confidence from my knowing them. Be like, girl, you know, over to the park all the time anyways. You can easily get them as your customers too. Like, I'm whoever that person is, or your cousin. Girl, you know, everybody in Cincinnati that lives near you would love to have this product. All we got to do is get you on my team. I'm going to help you. It's going to be amazing. And, you know, I just continue to feed confidence. I don't allow like the negative ideas to form with the person. I alleviate them and I nip them in the bud immediately. Like, you know, it doesn't take much time. You can spend a little bit of time on it. I got people that work with me that have full-time jobs. You know, I'm busy with my kids. You know, I just relate my life that they already know of, and I'll let them know, like, hey, come on, we're doing this on Facebook, grandma, or whoever you're talking to. Like, whatever the person's relation is with you, I would relate to them and explain to them how much you care about them and how much you want to see them succeed. And you don't want to, I am the type of person, I do not want to be making $1 million and I look over to the left and my family is broke, or my cousins looking at me like, dang. No, come on. Let's all get this money. It's more than enough customers out here for all of us. It's more than enough lives to change for all of us. We're global. Shoot, you can go global or international on Instagram. I saw your Instagram page. You have 1,000 followers. Do you know what that means in this business? So for me, I always bring it down to a level where they can understand, especially if you know them. Now, like I said, I got people that are my best friend. My best friend will not join this business. And y'all watch me and how I work this business. She will not join me. And I talk to her every day about it. And I'm never going to stop talking to her until she joins me. And that's the end of it. So as far as your warm market, just stay on them and really show them. Show them you're not quitting. It's not just like a fad. It's not just something that you decided to do on Tuesday and you quit on Thursday. No, I'm in this for the long haul. We're going debt free. I'm paying off houses. My husband's going to come home from his full-time job if he wants to. And y'all going to sit over there and watch us build our lake house if you want to. Y'all could come visit or y'all could join me. And that's pretty much how I put it.
Right. So one of the things that she just said when she's talking to people, once again, I'm going to refer back to Eric Worre. If y'all have the book, there's a method he uses called feel, felt, found. And that's how you can relate to people when you face objection. So when somebody tells you, like, you know, I would love to be a part of your business, but I just don't have time, you're going to immediately, when you respond, instead of just telling them, oh, no, you got time to do it, you're going to relate to them. You're going to tell them, you know what, I felt the same way. Because a lot of people, well, you know, not just lying, but you're going to relate to what they're saying. You're going to tell them, you know, I felt the same way, that I didn't have enough time. I was started working full time, but, you know, then that's when you're going to tell them how you felt. And you're going to say, you know, I learned that the way that we run our business, you don't need the same type of time that you need, you know, working your full-time job. Because I think that is one of the huge misconceptions. When I talk to people and they say that they don't have time, but they're on Facebook talking to me, then I'm like, you do have time. Like, people just have a confusion. Like, I don't know, maybe they think we're going door to door. I don't know what they think, but their perception of the time that we need to be successful is not what's needed. Because really, if your goal is to blitz 10 people a day, you could do that when you wake up in the morning. You could send out 10 messages every morning to 10 new people and you blitz 10 people. I mean, let's think about it. How many of you are blitzing 10 people a day? Honestly, probably not that many. So that's one way to get to your goal, is by blitzing 10 people a day. And by doing that, you know, you could write 10 text messages. You could send 10 messages to people on Instagram that you are not friends with, or on Facebook you're not friends with, you've never spoke to. And that is being effective, working your business. So, like I said, I think a lot of people don't understand. So you're going to tell that person who doesn't have time, you know what, I felt the same way. But, you know, I learned the way that we work this business is not as time consuming, because I'm already on Facebook, or I already have to pick my kids up from school, or I have to go to the grocery store. So you're going to use where you're already at to find a way to work your business, not spending, you know, ample amount of time trying to be successful. Like, there are, I'm not going to say times, but there are times that you can spend a lot of time on this business, but it's not necessary for everybody. You can make it work. You can work. The whole point of direct sales network marketing when people start, it is for them to be able to work part-time to create a full-time income. So we want to make sure that people understand that. So, and then you're going to tell the person you're going to tell them, you know what, I found that with this company, I could work, you know, from my phone, and I've seen other people's lives change. And you're going to just put that confidence back in and let them know also how it's changed your life. Even so, a lot of you might be new and might feel like, I haven't really, you know, I haven't promoted, I haven't done stuff, so I'm not successful. You know, if you have one loyal customer, you're successful. If you sold your 4 wraps and you got your startup costs back, you're successful. You've made money back. So now you're in this business risk-free. You're not out any money. That is a success in this business. If you've earned $25, anything, that's a success. You don't have to promote to feel like you've achieved something. You don't have to be a certain rank to feel like you've accomplished something. So just make sure when you're talking to people, you're going to relate to them. If they have an objection, you're going to tell them how you felt, and then you're going to spin it into how, you know, they could still be successful, and they could use that to run their business or be in this business. So, like I said, so for distributors, for me, it's about education. They need to understand this opportunity. They need to understand a little bit about what the products we sell and how it works. And then after that, you can go more in depth with them, and then they can kind of give you a clear answer if they are going to join or not. Because a lot of people also expect, as soon as you ask somebody to join, you expect to answer back, like really fast. A lot of people are not going to answer that fast. And there was one thing that I learned in Vegas that really hit me. She was saying that it's the law of harvest. When you plant your seeds, they don't come to harvest at the same time. She was like, that's 2 different seasons. And I know Clecia can say that same thing. Like, you know, you have to talk to people, and then eventually these people will start to come around and start seeing what you're doing, and then they're going to be interested and ready. But every time I talk to people, most of the time, I'm trying to even think when the last time, if ever, I talked to a distributor and they were ready to sign up within like 24 hours. I'll have to think about that for a second. Actually, I don't know. Do you have people that normally are just ready, Clecia, or does it not take them a little bit of time to digest everything and decide that they're ready to join?
Well, most of the time it takes people a while. And then too, what you have to remember is people been watching you. So if you ask somebody, hey, don't you want to join my business? It's so amazing, yada, yada, yada. They want to see, are you serious? Because people know me. I jump from one extreme to the next. So a lot of times I know people are watching to see, when am I going to quit? So the one thing you can't do is stop promoting and working your business. So you have to be consistent. People want to see that. So if I talk to somebody, I don't even know if I've ever said, oh yeah, I lied, Angela. That's the only person I talk to, like, hey, we're starting a business. And she's like, okay, sign me up. That's one person. And that's rare because she's my best friend and we have a rapport with each other where she knows I'm not going to drag her into something that's going to be the mud. And even if so, I meant to, because that's where we was going. We was going to the mud. So, you know, with the average person that I speak to, especially if they're in my cold market, I have people that I've been talking to for a year that still haven't joined me, that are still like, okay, well, I need to do some research. B, the research is has been done. Like, come on. You know, so I don't want anyone to ever think that we are just magically getting people to sign up and it's just like bippity boppity boop, because it's not. It takes a lot of time. We're doing a lot of work in the background. Like, we're behind the scenes. We are talking to people for months. I'm talking about months. And people want to see, are you making money? Girl, if I made $25 off of one wrap, guess what? Everybody and their mama gonna know, because I'm posting it. I'm excited. I got my husband excited. My kids are excited. We might make a video and do the Harlem Shake in the background because mommy made $25. People start to see that, and then they're like, wow, she's excited. She $25 for my gas tank. Guess what? $25 can go in everybody's gas tank. So don't ever let a little accomplishment or something small make you feel like, well, I'm not triple diamond yet. Well, neither are we. So come on, like, let's be excited and still be enthusiastic about our small little victories, because then other people will be drawn to that. They'll realize small things are celebrated over here. They'll realize this business is getting excited about a new product. Like, you know, they're doing like crazy challenges for a new product and they're happy about it. Like, they're doing lip syncing challenges. Who does that? Who breaks the internet with a hashtag? Who does that? It's fun. It's exciting. We keep it going. Like, that's what's going to keep people who you're trying to talk to, your perspective or your prospects. That's what's going to draw them in. When you're actively working your business, you're enthusiastic, you're excited, and you're consistent. So hit them back 2 more weeks. Hey, girl, I remember we talked about it before. You still interested? Come on. Now's the best time. Next month, hey, I'm still holding that spot for you. A year. I got some girl. I've been talking to her for a year. She about to sign up. I know she is. In Jesus' name, she going to sign up. A year. Come on. Are you ready? I still have your spot. It's never too late. It's never debt freedom. There's no deadline on that. Okay, I'm done.
Right. So, trying to switch gears a little bit to a loyal customer. I still think it's almost the same. Some loyal customers do see, but that's the thing, they've been watching. We learned that, you know, you've heard people say fortune is in the follow-up. And that's pretty much true. They said that it takes 5 to 12 exposures for somebody to go ahead and decide that they're going to buy something. So that means, you know, you're following back up 5 to 12 times to get somebody to buy a product. So the other side of that, those statistics are 48% of people don't ask somebody about a product for the second time. So that's almost 50% of people don't ask a person. After they say no one time, you're done. You leave it alone. It takes most people 5 to 6 times to ask them for them to say yes. So it is very imperative that you're following up. But the question is, I guess, really, how do you follow up? Because you don't want to ask them every single day. You know, are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? No, that starts to get annoying. So to me, it depends on who the person is. If it's like my close friend, okay, I can bug them more than I would bug a stranger. I'm not going to bug the stranger every single day. But, you know, I kind of let some time go by. Some people use the 2-2-2 rule, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. I don't really use it. I feel like that's a lot of time. But, you know, about every 3 to 4 days, I might contact that person again, like in the very beginning. And then after that, you know, I might wait a week or so, but I also might forget. So, you know, it might be a couple weeks. But I might let them know, let's say I'm doing a triple threat challenge And then, you know, I'm getting so many people that want to buy it and that are participating. And then maybe the next week and a half, the person that was interested, I'm going to bring it back up to her and tell you, like, you know what, I have, you know, 3 more spots. I'm just wondering if you're ready to get started so we can get you on this triple thread and start, you know, this weight loss. So another thing I know my mom says, she always tells the people that are still interested in losing weight with her, she's like, you know, it's not going to work until you finally take something and put it in your body. Like, you have to buy the product for you to lose the weight. You can't just keep saying, I want to lose weight, and don't do anything. You don't even take the initiative to start. So, you know, like I said, I follow up maybe every few days. I know Thursdays and Fridays is a great day to follow up because that's payday for most people. So that would be a good time because, you know, they got paid. A lot of people say they can't buy stuff because they don't have any money. So I'm going to ask Felicia, kind of, how do you track, or how do you go about following up with loyal customers when they, if they said they were going to purchase, how many times or how often do you follow back up with them to see if they're still ready to buy?
Okay, good question. I am very unorthodox about this, and just being honest. What I do, and the only way that I have been able and been successful with following up with people that told me they were going to get something, is I message everyone on Facebook. 90% of the people that I talk to them on Facebook, or maybe in my text messages, 10% in text message. If I meet them in person, guess what? I add them on Facebook and I send them a message. Only because that Facebook isn't moving. I can't lose it. I don't leave it in my car. My kids can't pick it up and accidentally put it in the toy box. Facebook is there. That's consistent for me, and that's what works for me. So I go through my messages, and I mean, I'll scroll all the way back to last year, and I'll just start back with the beginning and re-hit the people that said, yes, I wanted to get these wraps, and then I'll go back through and I'll hit them again. And I'll be like, hey, girl, remember when you said you were going to get those wraps? I still got 3 left. You want to go ahead and get them? Or you can order 4 on my website for like way cheaper. Or then I'll scroll back through people that liked my pictures, people that have commented on my before and afters. I'll go back through and be like, hey, I'm about to inbox you that 40% off discount. And then I'll go back through, and I know a lot of people keep lists, and I told myself this past weekend I was going to start writing a list. So I printed off my hundreds list again today. And I'm going to do a better job of actually writing it. That was one of the tips that I got from one of the diamonds at this past One Team One Mission that I went to. She said that her business totally changed when she started writing them down. So if anybody's ready to take this challenge on with me, please, let's go for it. I know Angela, one of my runners in my downline, and she writes down list and list and list. Her hundreds list is like hundreds of lists. So I know that has been working for her, and she signs more loyal customers than me. So I'm going to try it. I am always up for trying new things and trying to be more successful. So I'm getting ready to start writing them down. Actually, I wrote a few down today, and following up with loyal customers, people who said they're going to buy things, by going down that list and checking their name off and coming back. If they say, hit me up Tuesday, then probably the next day I'll be like, hey, don't forget, I'm going to hit you up Tuesday. So it stays at the top of my feed. I interact with people a lot through social media. Like, I might tag them in a post and be like, hey, don't forget, I got you on Tuesday with these. And it might be a Fat Fighters post. So I will try. That's how I keep up with it, me personally. Because I'm not good with papers, but I'm going to get better because I'm an ambassador diamond this week. So I got to start writing stuff down.
Right. And that is another thing that she said, which I don't know. I know my mom talked about doing this with her downline, but she's going to print the 100s list at the beginning of every single month. Because, you know, if you think about it, if you get 100 contacts every month, that's about 3 people a day. And if we're blitzing, 5 to 10 a day, we should be able to hit that number. But at the same time, this allows you to be organized. And like Felicia said, that's probably the toughest part for me as well, because I talk to people, but my thing is more, I make lists and then I lose my list. So I have lists and lists and lists of things, but then I don't have the same list that I was writing on. So it just starts turning into a crazy, chaotic list. Excuse me. So I don't know what this child is doing. Sorry.
Hey, no.
You want everybody to
Noelle. Noelle got the beads on her hair. I see Noelle, you got the beads. You pretty girl. Ooh, you pretty.
So,
yeah.
Yes, so for me, I think that's a really good idea because it also helps you. You'll know what month you first met the person. You would also write down, what they were interested in. You also, yes, yes. And then you also write down, when they said to follow back up with them. And I think that is really, really key because, we do talk to and run into so many different people. And so if there's no real way to track it, you're going to get, people are going to get lost in the sauce. And you don't want like a potential distributor that all of a sudden they sign up with somebody else's team and they're one of those people that's going diamond in 9 days and they didn't join your team just because you forgot to follow up. That is going to suck. Not only that, that's the same with loyal customers. People are interested in talking to you and then you just forget and they forget as well. And that's another thing I think we have to make sure we understand. You are the It Works distributor. This is your business. You are constantly thinking about this. Potential distributors, loyal customers, they are not. So I know a lot of people kind of start getting awkward, like they don't want to follow up because they feel like they're bugging. But most people, because they're like, well, she said she was going to order Friday and today's Monday. So, you wait for Friday to come and she doesn't order. And then you don't want to follow up because you feel like you're bugging her. But in reality, she probably forgot. You're not bugging. If somebody tells me, oh, follow up with me on Friday, or I'm going to order Friday, I'm going to also call them, or I'm going to remind them Thursday that they were going to order Friday because they didn't write this down, That's why some people, I know Kenitha is really good about it. If somebody says, I get paid Friday, she'll go ahead and get her order form out, have them fill it out and tell them, I'm going to postmark your order and I'm going to run it on Friday morning. I'm going to call you Thursday to double check. And then I'm going to just go from there. So now you eliminated having to call them again and get them to go online. You already have all their information and you can process their order. So I know that has been really beneficial. I know Angela does that as well. So that's another thing that you guys can start doing. When people tell you they can order but not till payday, okay, let's post date your order. Let's write it down. Let me get all your information and I'm gonna call you the day before just to make sure I can go ahead and process this. But I think that's a real good idea because it just, you don't have to worry about following up and asking them like to go online and order. And it's just not the same type of, I don't want to call it burden, but it's something different. You're the distributor. You're the one thinking about it. They aren't thinking about it like that. And that's why I think it's also key. If a person said they can't buy right now, ask them, okay, when should I follow back up with you? If you're kind of feeling like you don't want to bug people, you can ask them, so when do you want me to contact you again? And when they tell you, write that down and then contact them on that day. So then when you do, you don't feel like you're bugging because they told you to contact them on this day. And I think that's real important because I feel like a lot of new people feel like they're going to bug people when if you go ahead and set up what can be called the next exposure, then that person already, they're the one that set the day. It's not like you're telling them, okay, I'm calling you Tuesday. No, when do you want me to call you? If they say Wednesday, okay, great. I'm going to call you Wednesday and I'm going to take your order. And they're going to say, okay, yes. So then they set the time. They made the date. So now you're not bugging. You're just following through. And that's what people want, especially if they're going to sign up as a distributor. They want to know you're going to follow through, that you remember, like I said, a lot of us, that's not our strong point. Being organized in this type of business, that's something I feel like you almost have to learn unless you're OCD, which we do have a few OCD people. I won't say their names, but I'm sure they're organized to the T. That's different. But the most of us, no, we have busy lives. We have children. Some people have jobs. You're not expected to remember all this stuff. So making sure that you write it down is super, super beneficial. When speaking to a loyal customer, Kalicia, are there certain ways that you start your conversation? If you're, maybe the question is, when speaking to a person you just met, do you approach them as a customer or distributor, or what do you do? Do you, I guess I want to say, do you go ahead and assume something, or do you just ask them either way? How do you talk to a person you just met?
Okay, right now I am in the everybody needs to be on my team and be this mind frame. I mean, I guess because I already know the products are amazing. And as a distributor, you can use the products. So I'm not out here going hard for loyal customers. I'm out here trying to change lives. So I'm actually right now on a mission to find people that will change their life. Now, I automatically go up to a person and say, have you heard of It Works? Yes or no. If they tell me they have, I say, oh, okay, awesome. Tell me what you heard. Then they tell me they heard about the crazy wrap, and I tell them, oh, we got over 30 products that, aside from the wrap, that are absolutely amazing. And then I'll go a little bit further. Why haven't you tried it if you already heard it? Now, the other day I went out listing with one of my new distributors, and I think 4 out of the 5 people that we talked to said they've heard of this product. They heard that it works. The only reason why they hadn't tried it is because the money. Boom. Ding, 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 ding. That's what I'm glad you said that. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. That means you want to try these products, but right now you're on a tight budget, which everybody understands. So guess what? I have a solution to that problem too. It's called Come and Join Me on My Way to Financial Freedom. So what I always do is I honestly gauge, or what is the way? What do you call it? I ask my questions geared towards why they should be joining me. And I don't know what you want to call it, fluff or whatever you want to call it, but I strategically talk to people and find out a reason why they need this business. How many kids do you have? 4? Oh, I got 5. 5 kids going to Harvard. That's going to be a chunk of money. So guess what? And I say that every time, and people laugh every time. Use it, try it. Ask somebody how many kids they have, and then when they say 3, say, wow, 3 Harvard tuitions, that's high. First of all, you're complimenting their kids' intelligence. You're giving them the highest level of a compliment that they can think of. You know what I mean? And then they're like, oh wow, that is college. Whew. Even if they decide to go to whatever A&M State down the street, still going to be high. So if I see somebody with a bunch of kids, I'm automatically going to ask them, hey, how you paying for that college? Like, I'm just thinking, those are the thoughts that are going ahead. If I meet somebody that's at their job, I ask them how long they've been working there. I'm not asking them, are they going to, yes, these products are amazing. Yes, you need to lose weight and get fit. Got it. You want to tone and tighten? Awesome. So come on and join me on my team where we can share these products with everyone. We can get debt free. We can pay off all of our bills. We can put our kids through Harvard, and we can get toned and tightened and more healthy. So for me, I'm always looking to offer someone the business opportunity. And maybe that's why I signed 7 distributors back to back, because that's how I left the house. I left the house on a mission to find people to change their life. Now, if I run into someone, and which doesn't happen, I guess, because it's just the way that I approach the conversation. But if I run into someone and they seem like they're pretty good with not trying to join the business, I will say something to the effects of, hey, I just want to offer you this 40% off coupon. Let me get your number. I'll send you the link. You can look on my website. You can find anything you want. Most of the time, people hit me back with the, oh, well, it's not really in my budget right now. Weight loss stuff is so expensive. It's what's happening to me right now. Maybe because of the path that I'm on. Those are the people that God is putting in place. But most of the people that I run into, they're talking about their finances, or how it's too expensive, or how they don't have the money right now, or they don't have the time. Now, if somebody tells me they don't have the time, that's another light bulb. Ding, 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 ding. Why don't you have time? You too busy at work. Got it. Who wants to be at work 80 hours a week? Who wants to be there doing that? Nobody. No one. So that's a light bulb. It flashes off. Dang. Well, how about I show you an amazing way to make some extra cash from home. Maybe you could cut back on your hours. You don't have to be at whatever your job is 80 hours a week. So those are some, I guess, ways that I approach talking to people. And no, I'm not going up to people asking them to be a loyal customer.
Right. I mean, I think we needed somebody else on the call because I'm almost the same as Felicia. I find a lot of distributors versus loyal customers because, as you guys know, I'm very, very passionate about this opportunity. So that is what naturally comes out of my mouth. So I talk about the opportunity. Like she said, if somebody says, you know, they were thinking about buying, but they don't have enough money, okay, we're talking about being a distributor now. So I kind of just let the conversation happen, and depending on what they say is going to depend on how I turn it. You know, if they're like, you know, start talking about, oh, I really don't want to do the business, but I'm interested in these products, then of course we just talk about products. But anytime
those people come back, people come back. The ones that tell me, oh, I'm not really interested in the business opportunity, I just kind of wanted to learn about the wraps, they come back. And guess what? They love their wraps and now they want to join the business.
Right. And that's another thing. Don't ever, like, even though you're on a mission to sign distributors, if somebody wants to be a customer and they're adamant, that is fine because we need customers too. So don't force them into being a distributor. If they want to be a customer, okay, great. Because a lot of people that end up signing as distributors were customers as first. So that's just going to make it better for them when they join, that they already have some product testimony. They're familiar with some things. So that's always a positive. So, like she said, when I normally talk to somebody, I'll ask them, have they ever heard of It Works? And if they say yes, I'll ask them, oh, you know, have you ever wrapped? And if they say no, there was a lady today at the spa. I asked her, has she ever wrapped? She's like, no. And I asked her, does she know anybody that sold it? She said, no, I just see it on my Instagram and Facebook. Or she said social media. I don't know which one she said. I can't remember. But I asked her, oh, okay, well, you know, if you want to try these wraps, they're only $25. I got some right here in the car. And she was just kind of listening. She didn't really say much, but at the same time, I knew I could go back in there at any time. And actually, I did end up going back in there because I was asking her about some packages for some different incentives for the team. But, you know, you can find a way to go back and talk to the person. Because she asked me, she saw my It Works shirt today. And that's how she asked me. She's like, oh, so how long have you been in It Works? And I told her about 18 months. And she was kind of like, so how is that going for you? And I was like, you know, this is all I do now. And of course, that's going to trigger her because I'm at the spa getting the massage at 10 o'clock in the morning. And she's at work checking me in. So, you know, but at the same time, if I didn't have on my It Works shirt, she would have had no idea what I did. And she would have never asked me that question to start that conversation. And I also ended up telling her and the other lady, you know, I'm having this opportunity meeting. I don't know if I called it an opportunity meeting, but I told her I'm having this meeting on Thursday at Panera at 7:30. And I would love for them to come out and just hear some more about our business. And she was just like, oh, okay. And so I might, if I feel the urge tomorrow, I might drive to the spa and give her, like, if I make some like little flyers for Thursday, I might go back in there and just tell her, okay, I just wanted to give you guys this just to make sure you remember Thursday. We're going to meet. And I was looking at her name tag anyways, but I might just go back in there again and also double check with her and get her full name, her last name, and add her on Facebook instead of asking for her number, because sometimes that seems a little less intimidating. But that's kind of the same way for me. If I was going to talk to somebody about being a customer, normally I might talk about customer first. And if they're really interested, I might ask them, you know, well, before we talk about getting you to buy these products, are you open to different ways of making money? And if that, depending on what they say, if they say no, then I'll just take the sale for the customer. But if they say yes, then we're going to change conversation for a second. So that's kind of how
I had a girl today.
What'd you say?
I I had a girl today that wrote me a message and said, hey, I really want to try those wraps. I'm like, okay, girl, that's what's up. Where are you now? She's like, I'm in Atlanta. I posted the screenshot in our group just to kind of show our team how I talk to people. Like, this is how the conversation plays out. And then she said, well, yeah, I wanted to try some of those products. Do you think I can get the hookup on a bulk order or the discount for a bulk order? And I was like, a bulk order? I'm thinking, what is she talking about? She's like, because I have a lot of people that want to try it too. Ding, 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 ding. Girl, you don't need to be a customer. You need to come on and join me. So if you guys are talking to people and they start saying these trigger words, like, I want to try it, but I don't have enough money. I would love to do that business, but I don't have enough time. I know a lot of people that want to try it. Those are trigger words to me. Matter of fact, that means you want to join me. As soon as you say that, you didn't even say, I have a lot of people that want to try it. You said, I really need to join you, Calicia. That's what you said. So as soon as she wrote that, and I saw it in the message, I was like, oh my gosh, you should really think about joining me, because if you have more than 2 people, really, if you won, if you have more than 2 people that are interested in trying the products, girl, I'll give you the 40%. You can still get the 40% off discount on all the products. You can get free products once you get your 4 people that want to try the products. And then on top of that, you can make money off of the people that you refer this business to. Now, I just gave you 3 pluses. So not only do you get an amazing product, you get a deal on the amazing product, you make money off of your friends that want to try the product, then our company is going to pay you free product credit for bringing people to the company as a customer. It's like a win-win-win-win-win. Who's going to say no? Like, and then she wrote me back and she's like, you know what? That sounds really good. You darn right it does. It's a no-brainer. You're already interested. So usually I'll say, and this is another way to kind of feed into that, I'll say, well, since you're going to go ahead and try some of these products, do you know anybody else that wants to try them too? If they say, yeah, my sister and my cousin, they both mentioned it to me. My stylist, she asked me, had I ever tried it before? That's 3 people. You went away from getting $120 in free product credit. You need to come on. So remember these things when you guys are talking to potentials. Like if you just talk to a person and these things come up, write it down if you have a pen. I don't have enough money for that. I don't have enough time for that. I know a lot of people that want to try that. Those are key things that should let you know this is a segue into, let me shift this conversation to a different direction. Because I totally understand not having enough money. I've been there, done that. Totally understand not having enough time. I was in the Army for 6 years. I had a whole year away from my family in a desert, away, far, no time, no leave, no nothing. So I get it. Oh, well, I know a lot of people that want to try this. I'm a college athlete. I played college basketball. I know plenty of people that are in the fitness realm that are used to be in shape, not in shape anymore. I know plenty of people. So I can relate to all of those statements. And in that, I can understand why all those statements mean you can be very successful at this business. Sorry, Terry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. I'm trying to think what else. Like I said, the same with loyal customers and distributors to me is basically the same. It's all about education. And that's another thing. I want to reiterate this about the wrap. If somebody comes to me and wants to lose weight and they talk about the wrap, that is not what the wrap is for. The wrap is not a weight loss product. So when people are wrapping, the wrap is helping to tighten, tone, and firm their skin. So that is what you use that product for. If they want to lose weight, you talk about ThermoFit, you talk about fat fighters that can detox with greens. But we are not allowed as distributors to talk about the science behind the wrap. Even if I know what it is, which I do, I don't talk about that to people. Because, you know, the FDA is watching us. You cannot say something wrong. Not only that, not everybody is a medical professional. So now you're trying to give medical advice about, or like the science behind a product that you really yourself are not educated enough on. So you can't go into all the ins and outs. So the company has it to where we don't even say that. Don't even worry about it. That's not the case. You know what? you do say, I don't exactly know the science behind the wrap, but I just know, that it works. That's the same as when I think about, what do they have? They have like some lip gloss or something that's out that helps plump your lips. Is anybody asking how's that working? Is anybody telling you how's it working? Most of the time, no. People just buy it. People only question the wrap because it's like too good to be true. That's why that's questioned. But still, you can tell them anyway, everybody's body works differently. So I can tell you we can do this, but at the same time, and I can also show you my results. Your results might be better than mine. Your results might be different from mine, but you need to do it yourself because, you're going to have a different experience than I am. So I myself don't even really talk about the science behind the wraps to people because it doesn't matter. And we're not supposed to talk about it. So you just don't talk about that. What else was I going to say? Another thing, if you're talking to people and you don't feel confident about knowing all the products, okay, I don't know if it deals with the skincare line. I know what cleanser does. I know those type of things, but I do not know exactly what's in the It Works cleanser. I do not know any of this stuff really, really in the skincare line. But if somebody asks a question, I still know enough what to say to them. And if I don't, please believe I do not hesitate to go on my phone, to look up the ingredients, to look something up if I have to, because I'm not an expert. Let me look it up for you. Let me get you the answer. So do not hesitate or feel bad if you don't know everything. But with that also being said, I do think you should be competent enough to know kind of which direction to go in. And that takes some time for your part as the distributor. You need to study some of our products if you don't have, a good background. You need to know that, relief is for joint pain. Those type of things, I think you do need to know. I don't think you need to know exactly what's in relief, but you need to have some type of idea what products are good for what. Therefore, somebody might say something to you about somebody could be going through menopause. If you don't know we have Estrorythm, you missed out on a sale. So now, you're kicking yourself because you don't even know your products. So like I said, I feel like you should have, and we also have a document in our group called Helpful Hint Sheet that Kanefa put together. And it talks about every product in about one sentence that kind of gives you an overview of what that product can be used for. So I think it's really important that you do have some type of idea when somebody says they're trying to build lean muscle. You should know that means they probably should try New You. You need to know those little key things just so you know what to offer somebody. Because if you don't know that and you're just talking about, we got the wraps, it'll tighten you up. No, they're not interested. So you're going to lose a sale. You have to know a little bit of what our products are and what they're used for. And I think that deals with confidence. That'll help you. When somebody says something, you won't just sit there and be like, you'll know. Okay, yeah, we have a product for that. I know it's relief, but let me look up what's in it. Let me look up exactly what it's going to do. That's fine. I don't think people care that you have to look up something to double check. They know you. You're not a scientist. You're not the manufacturer. You didn't formulate this product, but you know where to get the information. But you also have to know what to give them the information about. So I do think that is important. As a distributor, you know where to take a conversation and kind of know what we have that goes with some of the different elements that people have. Anything else about that, Clecia?
It's also very attractive to people who could be thinking, hey, I might want to join this business, if they realize you don't need to be a scientist. Terry's a scientist, so it could be a little bit intimidating because she knows a lot that I don't know. But guess what? I don't have to be a scientist to be good at this. And when I'm talking to people and they ask me a question I don't know, I can't wait to look it up in front of them. And then for them to say, what do you mean you don't know? No, I don't. That's the best part about this job. I don't even have to know everything. There is a product coach online. There is all kinds of information in my eSuite. I could look up a document on Google because it's there. And I can show you really quick. Look, this is what's in the greens. These are the 38 superfoods. Here they are right here on my phone. Nope, I don't have them memorized. And I'm still getting paid. That's the best part. I didn't even have to get a degree to do this. Oh my God. I paid $99. That's it. It's great. It's amazing.
Right. So, kind of to close things out, just to recap. So, when talking to a potential distributor, you're going to have to be confident, be excited, and just get them, ask them if they're interested, and then set up another time. You don't have to tell them right when if they're interested. Set up your next exposure. Okay, I'm going to call you tonight, or let's meet tomorrow, and let's talk about this. Do something like that instead of feeling forced to have to go through everything. Just set up the next time you're going to meet with them and talk. You know, if it's the last day of the month and stuff is going on, that's a little bit different. Then yes, you're going to be like, okay, baby, I need to send this video right now for you to check it out, because this promotion about this Ruby bonus is about to end. So I really want you to look at it. That's a little different, but you still can have that sense of urgency and say exactly what I just said. But other than that, you know, be confident, educate them on the opportunity and the products. And that's another thing. A no does not mean forever. A no is not right now. Even if the person says no, they don't get X'd off my hundreds list. I might just come back to them in a month. There was somebody, I asked her a while ago, she was like, no, I'm not interested. And she was talking to me the other day about something. And I was like, you know what? I still have your spot saved for when you're ready to come and join my team. She didn't say anything about it, but guess what? I still brought it up to her attention. And I'm going to until she, I don't know. I'm always going to bring it up every now and then. I'm not going to bug her about it. But there's some people that I had said something to, and then finally they came back and texted me like, okay, Terry, I'm ready to join your team now. What do I need to do? And I didn't have to say anything. So I guess the thing is, don't just count people out forever, because you don't know what's going on in somebody's life. There might be something really going on that they can't handle this business. It just might not be a good time. Just let it be what it is. And for me, I just go with the flow. Like, everything happens for a reason. So with loyal customers, make sure that, I think you need to be competent of our products and just kind of have an idea. But at the same time, the fortune is in the follow-up. You need to keep following up. If somebody said they're going to order, don't get discouraged and be like, oh my God, they said they were ordering today. They didn't order. Don't get mad. That happens to all of us. I've had people all month tell me they were ordering and they have not ordered. So I'm just going to keep going. That's the thing. You talk to new people. Our whole business structure is a numbers game. The more people you talk to and the more seeds you plant, the more opportunity you have for that to actually blossom and come to harvest. And then, you know, it's going to be tons of people ready. But you have to have those conversations with multiple people to get people interested in your business. Anything else that you think for closing it off? I guess this call, chat.
I think we said it all.
Okay. Well, I want you guys to stay positive, stay focused. We still have, what's today? 8 days left in this month. It's like pretty much a week. Anybody that's in the Nashville area going to It Works U right now, I'm trying to make sure I have a good head count so we can get all our seats saved, because it's going to be over 3,000 people in this building. So I want us to be close. We do not need to be spread out through this mega church. We need to be all sitting together. So make sure, I know you're going to be there. You know, I think I read my email. It says that they're going to start letting people check in at 10:30, but they will not open the doors for seats until 12 o'clock, and the event starts at 1. So you can go get your name tag and all that at 10:30, but then you can't go inside until 12. But I think, what else is going on this week? Besides, I have an opportunity meeting myself in Murfreesboro at 7:30 at Panera Bread on Old Fort Parkway. What do you have going on, Clecia?
My opportunity meeting is going to be Thursday. If you are in the Fayetteville, Spring Lake, Fort Bragg area, Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And I'm actually going to be doing a live interview that night with one of the Presidential Diamonds that hosted her first party
and had 55 people join her business on her first party. So if you haven't hosted a party, or if you're thinking about hosting a party, this is a great opportunity meeting to catch. She's going to be giving us all kinds of tips and tools and tricks of the trade. Like, I can't wait. I'm super excited. So it's going to be at the Coffee Scene in Spring Lake. And if you are in this area and you're in my downline, or even in someone else's downline, and you're in this area, please, this is open to all distributors, all loyal customers. Anybody can come. Bring a guest. Whoever brings the most guests to our event on Thursday gets a free t-shirt. I don't care who you are. You bring 50 people, you get a t-shirt. So come on. You could be the Mary Kay lady. You bring 10 people, you get an It Works shirt, though. 7 p.m. on Thursday. So
No, I don't think there's anything else going on this week that I know of right now. But all right, that's basically all we have. If y'all have any more questions, feel free to post them in the group. Let us know. Yeah, if you do have any more questions regarding talking to potentials or prospects that we need to hit on or address, please let us know. If not, have a good night, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
and chicken grease.